Assalamu alaikum, brother Aftab. I can see you there, mashallah. How are you? You okay? I can't hear you. You're on mute, inshallah. Just trying to get set up. We're going to make a start as soon as it hits 7:30, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum, Usman. Can you hear me?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, I can hear you there perfectly.
Yeah, good, bro.
Wonderful. So, alhamdulillah, inshallah, today we're going to be going through a really interesting topic, 8 types of personalities. So, brother Aftab, were you and the other participants, mashallah, there's 10 or so people here. So let me just see who else is here. Alhamdulillah, if anyone's new from our Money Mastery workshop this week, then inshallah, please let us know if you're just joining us for the first time as well. So alhamdulillah, I'd like to welcome you all, mashallah. Okay, so alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah kareem. All praises for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord of all the worlds. May His everlasting peace and blessings be upon His final prophet and messenger, our master Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and His everlasting peace and blessings be upon all the prophets and messengers, upon all the companions, radiallahu anhum, the Ahlul Bayt, and the awliyaullah of all time, and upon all the ummah. So alhamdulillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, mashallah. So today we're going to go through this really nice and wonderful topic. It's called the 8 types of personalities in business. So inshallah, we're going to get straight into it. So let's make a start. And so, bismillah. I'm just going to share my screen with you and the slideshow. Okay, so the first question for you is this. Before we look at what personality is, the biggest misconception or misunderstanding most people have is the difference between personality and character. Okay, we're not going to go into detail about it today, but I would like to just touch upon it. So you tell me, in your words, what is the difference between personality and character? So I've got my comments up here. I can see, wa alaikum salam, Brother Nasiruddin, mashallah, nice to have you here. Sis Nadia, mashallah, nice to have you here. Wa alaikum salam as well. So what is the difference between personality and character? Okay, and the verse of the Holy Quran, which I'm going to give you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that regarding the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that surely you are on perfection of character. So this has a great meaning to it, which we won't go into today, but the Holy Prophet ﷺ is on perfection of character, and it's mentioned the word Allah, on. So it's got a great meaning in there, but Allah SWT is mentioning character here, and not personality. Okay, and so what is the difference? Can anyone tell me difference between personality and character? And okay, so Nasruddin saying character is built over time depending on external factors. Okay, interesting. I've got a clue on the screen for you. One of them is character, one of them is personality. Okay, good. So Nasruddin, both of them can be inward. Both personality and character, you're mentioning personality is inwards. Both of them can be inwards, and both of them can be outward as well. You will see the personality and the character of people in their business. In your business, we'll be able to see your personality and character. And even in your daily life, you'll be able to see the personality and the character of people. So, okay, very good. So Brother Sultan mentioned character can improve over time. Okay, very good. So hopefully the hint has helped you. So which one is the character, the left or the right? So tell me, character, which one is character, left or right? So you can just say either the L or the R. Which one is character? So Brother Sultan's mentioned the correct point there, that character can change over time. So which one do you think? Okay, Nasruddin is saying left. Anyone else? Anybody else? So let's see what you think. Which one? So only 2 people, one person is thinking character is left. It's either you don't want to guess wrong, or this question has probably never been presented to you, and you can trust me that most people don't understand these two and the difference between them. And it's a heaven and earth it's a massive transformational moment when you understand the difference, for business, for personal life, for your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. So yes, it is correct. The character is the one on the left. So character is in your full ability to change. So what is character? So these notes are not here. You, inshallah, if you make notes of them, it's just a add-on thing I'm going to give you, and then we'll go into the 8 personalities. Character, you can change. It's fully changeable. Character is all related to your qualities. So qualities are, for example, love, patience, sincerity. You can have these in business. You can be loving, you can be compassionate in business, you can be caring, you can be forgiving in business, you can be patient in business, you can be forbearing. Qualities, you can develop them all. So in business, many different qualities are needed. A courage is needed, especially at the beginning of starting a business. A person needs courage. You need to be a little bit brave, and you can develop that quality. And last time I was saying that business can develop you as a person, and this is one of the reasons. It develops your qualities. This develops your character. Okay, so character is your qualities, and I'm going to give you, let's say, 5 examples. So gratefulness, quality; sincerity, quality; love, quality. Another one, I'm giving you the good ones. Each one of them have their opposite extremes. So what's the opposite of sincerity in business? It's showing off. Okay, the opposite of sincerity is showing off. That is not a spiritual entrepreneur. A spiritual entrepreneur does not show off. He or she isn't out for fame and name. They are there doing their business for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They're doing business to try and make a difference to the world, to improve the hereafter. They're doing business with a purpose. Remember, Golden Touch Academy is all business with purpose. So the spiritual entrepreneur doesn't show off. If they do show anything, then there's a reason behind it. So opposite of gratefulness, ungratefulness. If you become a spiritual entrepreneur, you use your entire business to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't use the business to be ungrateful. So I was giving someone an example today. I tenanted, alhamdulillah, with an amazing, this is one nice example. Alhamdulillah, thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I helped someone the other day, free of charge, completely free of charge. I helped her tenant. She needed to tenant some rooms. She didn't know how, and I gave her some free advice. And as a result, that advice I was able to use it for me. So I said to her, offer 2 weeks rent free, and it will attract lots of tenants to you. Then I did the same thing, and alhamdulillah, today 2 nice tenants, they came and viewed 2 rooms and they took it, and they're signing contracts, and just like that. So that's a sign where you do something selflessly, with sincerity for Allah's pleasure, not for anything in return, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you something in return. And this is an example. So character, sincerity, then you've got gratefulness, we've got, give me a few other qualities. Love, opposite of love is hate. So the spiritual entrepreneur doesn't do business to hate on people. They don't do business to make other people's lives worse. They do business with love and with giving, with compassion. So 2 more qualities related to character, and then I want to talk the rest of the session about personality. So who can give me 2 more qualities? I'll give you some extremes of gratefulness, some extremes of sincerity, some extremes of love and hate. Any 2 others? I've mentioned one starts with a P, very much needed in business, starts with a P. Who can give me this one powerful quality? Every day in business almost it's needed. Excellent, Sultan, thank you. Patience. If a person who doesn't have patience in business, then their patience, the business may give up before they succeed. You have to have patience. Patience is when you can do something. This is the definition of it, that you have the full ability to do something, but you stop yourself. So for example, in business, you have the full ability to give up, but you stop yourself giving up. You carry on. That's patience. And to start a business requires patience, because in the first few years, I was talking to Tanim about this today, at the beginning, we have to have delayed gratification. We get the reward later. We don't get the reward now. Meaning, I'm not talking about hereafter reward, I'm talking about financial reward. So at the beginning of business, you might just work on your business without getting paid. Okay, and you know, it might take months, it might take a few years, it might take 1 year, but it will be worth it because you're doing something for you. So there's this nice saying, the way we're going to write profit. There's this wonderful saying that entrepreneurs, they live now, they live for a short time the way no one else wants to live, so that they can live the rest of the life the way others dream of living. Yeah, I'm going to say it again. Entrepreneurs live their life for a short time the way no one else wants to live. So for example, they don't have the fancy cars, the fancy houses, and all these other things. They live modestly. They live like that, very low expenses, so that they can live a life that the others dream of. And that's when they've kind of made it and become successful. They have passive income, multiple income streams, geographical freedom, time freedom, choice freedom, financial freedom. That's when others say, oh, how did you do it? I want to do it too. But at the beginning, they were saying, oh, you won't make it. You know, why are you dreaming of business? You know, it's too hard. Those are the naysayers. So you have to be aware not to listen to them at the beginning. So this is a quality: patience and impatience. Okay, and there are many others, alhamdulillah. So resilience, I would say, is a big quality in business, and that is the ability to take no, for the ability to face no and carry on. Face no in business, it happens every day. That this landlord said no, this tenant said no, this customer said no, you know, this whoever it might be, they say no, and you just move on. You go to the next person, the next person, the next person. Because there's a wonderful book, I've not read it, I've read the title, and the message of the title is go for no. Okay, so I prefer to learn from people, is what I mean. And everyone who's read this book all say the more no's you get, the closer to a yes you get. So go for no. The more, if you get 10 no's, you're more close to that one yes. So alhamdulillah, character is completely in your control. Personality, on the other hand, what can you tell me about personality looking at that one graph? So character is all your qualities, characteristics. We are commanded to follow the Holy Prophet in character. It's completely in our choice and control to change it. Personality, what can you tell me about personality looking at the graph on the right? So is it changeable? What's going to happen if I, you know, the x-axis is time. Time passes and it doesn't change. So what does that tell you? If I try change your personality, because you've started a business, let's say you've started a business selling cakes. Okay, wonderful, Danielle. That's exactly right. It's innate and it's not massively changeable. And there's a clue in my word, massively changeable. It's not massively changeable. It's a little bit changeable. You can change a little bit of your personality. So if you start a business and your business demands that you change your whole personality, that business for you may not last. Because let me give you this example. If you're acting in front of people, acting takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy to always be someone who you're not. So eventually the person who's always acting in front of people, behaving like someone they're not, eventually they have a little bit of a meltdown that, oh, I can't do this anymore. So that's why are they doing that? Because they're trying to put on a fake personality. You need to be you. So when you're at home, you know, husband and wife generally, and business partners, remember, husband and wife and business partners is very similar. There's a few things different, but there's a lot of things similarity. So Shamim, I'm going to come to that. What changes it? I'll come to that. So if you try to change your personality too much, it can break you. Okay, there's only one thing that can change personality. There's only one thing. Let's see who can get it. Can anyone get this one thing? And I'll give you a clue. Two twins or triplets, they're identical. Everything looks the same. Same parents, same house, same DNA, everything. But they grow up to be different type of people. Okay, excellent. So mashallah, Nasiruddin, you've got it. In other words, life experience, another word for it is your past experience. So life experience, I use the word past experience. And so your past experience forms your new personality. So what does that mean about what is the one thing that can change your personality? If your past experience has given you or affected your personality, So many aspects of your personality are innate, is part of you. And you will see these 8 types of personalities. And I'm going to be asking you to rate yourself 0 to 10 to help you find your business personality. Now, if the past experience has influenced your personality, what can change your personality? Who can tell me that? And I'm going to come back to this question at the end, okay, because it will make more sense when you've seen all 8 of them. So Shamim is saying, putting yourself out there, embracing challenges helps you grow into a different personality. Okay, good, wonderful. So, and Shamima, you've given an example of 2 types of personality. One is introvert, one is extrovert. The introvert is the one who, you know, they're very much to themselves. They prefer to work on their own. They don't like to work around lots of people. And an extrovert loves to be around people, loves to be, you know, with people, teaching people, talking to people, networking, and that type of thing. They feed off people. Yeah. So Zubair is saying stepping outside the comfort zone. Yeah. So for some people, Zubair, speaking isn't stepping outside their comfort zone because they love it. If you ask them to go on stage just like that, they'll do it. But for other people, it's the hardest thing in the world. That's coming to their personality. Yeah? So I'll give you, I'm going to come back to this question. What's the one thing that can change personality? Because when you know that one thing, when you know it, you have a massive, powerful tool that you can use to go and change your own personality. And you can use that to improve all aspects of business and all aspects of personal life. But if you don't know that, then you remain limited in your business or in your personal life. You remain limited and you don't really grow. Your comfort zone doesn't expand. So we will look at that. So the 8 types of personality. So let's look at them. So personality, so difference. Character is quality related, it's changeable. Personality is innate. A character is not innate. Personality you're born with, character you're not born with. Character is changeable. Personality is not changeable except little. So personality is not in your full control to change. Character is in your full control to change. Okay, wonderful. So, Bismillah, let's begin. Okay, so Alhamdulillah, the first type of personality I'm going to show you is this one. What I want you to do is try and guess what the word is, okay, from all the points I'm going to mention. And I want you to rate this personality out of 10. 0 is a 0 match for you, and 10 is it's 100% match to you, okay? So 0, absolutely not me, and 10 that is 100% me. Yeah, okay, so we're going to do this for all 8, and then inshallah at the end you'll look at your top 3, which ones are your highest 3. So we'll do this. Okay, so this person, it starts with a C. The C loves working with people, a natural networker. Okay, so they love working with people, they're a natural networker, they're an extrovert around people, so they love being around people, they kind of feed off people. They become happy at seeing others happy. That's a nice thing. When they're in business, if they're in business, when they see others happy, their customers happy, their tenants happy, their landlord happy, they love that, they feed off that. Yeah, so that's something which you know, they want to see people in their business happy. They're not the type of person to sit on the computer kind of like I'm doing now. They're not the type of person to sit behind the scenes and, you know, just work from there. They want to see the customers happy. They want to make a difference, but they want to see it firsthand, and that's quite important. They need to see it firsthand, okay, because they're a people's person. They help mainly by words and by good company. So they're obviously warm and friendly, this type of person. So anyone, can you get it? And the clue, the biggest clue I'll give you is they're a networker, they love people, or another clue would be Sahaba. So what's the meaning of Sahaba? Yeah, Sahaba. Let's see who can get it. Excellent. So they are the companion. So if you're the type of person, the companion, you like to be with people. A companion is someone who likes to be around people. Okay, he or she likes to be with people. That means that if you're this type of person, if you're a 10, a 9, an 8 as a companion, then you love to have a business where you're having to work with people all the time. Being behind the computer for too often isn't going to be for you. Okay, this is macro. last week or the weeks before, we looked at micro, small tasks. This time we're looking at a bigger picture, okay? And we're going to look at that later. Wonderful. So please let me go through that again now that you know the name. The companion loves working with people. The companion is a natural networker. They are extrovert type people. They become happy seeing others happy. They want to make a difference, and they want to see it on firsthand. So if they had a business where, you know, they've got customers, they want to see their customers face to face. Even if they're managing, if you're managing, you still want to see an overview. You know, if you've got staff, you want to be able to meet them. This is the type of boss who comes in and says hi to all of their staff, and, you know, wants to see them, wants to know about them, talks to them, and so on. So you'll find this in the world, different types of business owners who are the companion type. Okay, second one. So it also starts with a C. It's 5-letter word. Okay, it's 5-letter word. And there's a clue here. So they love helping the elderly, the sick, the poor, the orphans, and anyone in need. So that's what they love to do. They love helping. They're very compassionate. And I want to know who can tell me the difference between sympathetic and empathetic, because this is a very powerful thing. Many people have the sympathetic, few people have the empathetic level, but this person generally has both. It's a good thing to have these two, but if you don't know how to deal with being empathetic, it can be tough. Okay, wonderful. So Danielle, the second one is correct, feels what others feel, but the first one is along the right lines. So anything else? So think about another word for the sympathetic one. What others feels. So Shamima, yep, Shamima, so that's correct. They feel what others feel. Okay, good. So Danielle, that's along the right lines. So they know, the sympathetic person, they know or they understand what others feel. They just know it, they understand it. It's, you know, they're aware what the other person feels, but they don't feel it. Sympathetic, empathetic is a deeper level. They understand, they feel what others feel. And that can be a good thing, but it can really be quite a bad thing as well if it's not used in the right way. I'll give you an example. I gave some advice to a doctor recently. Because of this coronavirus, he's seeing lots and lots of people who are, you know, really ill. He's having to tell the parents and the family members of the people with coronavirus almost on a daily basis, and he's having to tell them their last words. You know, that's quite a difficult thing for him. So the solution for the empathetic person is this, and this comes to part of whatever your business is. Imagine you're going to be a person who's a consultant. If you're going to be a consultant and, you know, you're going to teach people, you're going to give them advice, whether it's mental health or whatever your business field is, this is really powerful if you're one of these. I've not said the word yet. And what is it? You have to be connected to the divine, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You should imagine that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving you the answer, and then you give that person that answer. You're just like the middle person in between. You're just passing information, and you have to be connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So let's say this doctor's asking me a question: how do I deal with these people? I'm seeing people die all the time and ill, and I'm having to tell their families. He's feeling what they feel, and it's really putting him down. He's wanting to leave his job. So what do? You imagine, I am not the one who can help him. Allah is the one who can help him. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will inspire me, give me the answer. You know, you'll be able to use your mind and brain, but you need to believe that Allah is the helper. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspires, gives you that knowledge and that help. You just give him the answer. And the way you see yourself is, I'm like an empty vessel. I'm empty. I don't have any knowledge. I don't have anything. I'm just the one passing on this message. And like that, the pressure is off your shoulders, because it's for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help him. You just become the means to help him. But if you do it the other way, which most people do, they forget Allah, they forget the creator, and they think, I'm the helper, I'm the doer, I'm the one who gives advice. And that's not right. We are not the real doers, we're not the real helpers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the guardian, he's the helper, he's the guide. So if we think, I'm the helper, the pressure's on me, I have to help him, I have to give him advice, and then suddenly I feel that pressure because I'm having to use my mind, my power, and so on. So empathetic people, if they don't do this, what I've mentioned, then they suffer because they feel what everyone else is feeling, and they end up giving up. You know, they end up leaving, giving up. So yes, wonderful. So Shara, you've got it. It is the carer. So they want to make a difference and be a part of something bigger than themselves. So this is your doctors, your nurses, and all the people who work with, the elderly and the sick. And if you set up a business that relates to helping, this type of people, whether it's orphans, elderly, sick, and anyone else in need, then you may be the carer. You may have the qualities of the carer, and you have to be careful of the sympathetic and empathetic thing, because if you don't, it can really get to you. Okay, and you want to not let that get to you. So that was an add-on that I hopefully gave for anyone, inshallah, that wants to be the carer. Okay, now I want you to rate that 0 to 10. Where are you on the carer level? Is it 100% match? Is it if that is, give it a 10. If it's a 0 match, give it a 0, and anywhere in between. Okay, so ready for the third one? It starts with a T. They love teaching people. It should be quite easy, this one. Sometimes youth, sometimes adults. Okay, good, excellent. It's the teacher. I'm going to show you now that if you are a teacher, and there are so many industries where you can be a teacher, teaching workshops, teaching first aid, teaching, even in a business, as a business owner, you have to sometimes train. So another word for teaching is training. If you train your staff, and you train your freelancers, then these three levels I'm going to show you now will come into it. And sometimes we have to train our freelancers. We show them what we want them to do, and then we train them, and then we they go ahead and do it. And I might mention to you some tools that I use to train my freelancers today, as well, and then you can use them as well, inshallah. So the first one of the three levels is the surface level. It's basic level knowledge. And so ask yourself, do I love to teach basic stuff? So what could be the basic levels of in Islamic knowledge? It'd be the Aqidah, the fiqh, and this level. But then you've got a deeper level. Okay, the deeper level is, it requires understanding, it requires interpretation. So with the basic level, when it comes to business, it might be that you just want to teach, accounting, or you want to teach, some of the basics, how to start a business, and all these other things, what you need in a business. But then there's deeper level of knowledge regarding business. The avatar, that was a deeper thing. What is your real problem? What is your real mission? And those types of things. It goes a little bit more deeper. Okay, with the thing Tanim did, the blue ocean, that was a deeper level knowledge. Then there's an even deeper level, and that's experiential knowledge. So experiential knowledge requires that you've practiced that, you've got connection, and it doesn't have to be that you've got connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It just has to be that you've done what you're saying. Because when you teach something from experience, that is much, much more powerful than teaching something from a book. Okay, and people can tell the difference when you're teaching something that you have been through, and you compared to listening to someone who is teaching theory. Heaven and earth difference. A simple example is, if you want to learn how to drive a car, would you go to someone who's reading you a manual on how to drive the car, or would you go sit in the car, sit next to someone, and they drive and they show you how, and you drive after them under their supervision? So experiential knowledge is very powerful. So ask yourself, which of the three, if you're the teacher personality, well, which of those three am I? Do I want to teach basic, the deeper level, or the experiential level within your own business, to your staff, to your freelancers, to your audience? Maybe many of you are starting a Facebook group. That requires you to be a teacher, because a teacher is anyone who's giving knowledge to other people and showing them the way, opening a path for them. You're all helping your customers somehow or another. So to an extent, you're all teachers. Okay, so rate yourself 0 to 10 for this. Okay, because at the end I'm going to be asking everyone, what was your top 3, what were the ratings of it? And I'm going to ask you, inshallah, what did you learn about yourself from that? Okay, so I want you to be thinking about it. Okay, ready for the next one? So this is number 4. It starts with M. Okay, they love working with and serving children. They love working with children and just serving them and helping them. They love seeing them grow. They enjoy watching them develop. There's a sense of accomplishment. I think accomplishment has two C's, but it doesn't matter. So motherly and fatherly instincts. Yeah, motherly, fatherly instincts, and they're compassionate in nature. They're the minder. Okay, so they are the minder. So mentor was a good try, but the childminder. So they love taking care of children, and there are many businesses related to working with children. I mean, tuition centers, tuition agencies, you know, teaching. You know, you could work with schools and enter schools and do something there. I know someone who teaches sports related stuff in schools. A very interesting statistic. Make sure try to write this down, inshallah, is what is the population group categories for the UK, and or whichever country you're in. Look at your population. So in the UK, there's about 70 million, and you can research how many people are 0 to 5, how many people are 5 to 10, 10 to 15 in different categories, how many people are over 70, how many people are you know, 30 to 60. There's ways that you can research this, and it's very interesting to see, because it also tells you about the future, that maybe in 5 years time we're going to have many from, you know, many children turn into this age, and it'll be much bigger. So an example might be, I remember being told that there was 1 million people, elderly people, who live alone. 1 million elderly people who live alone. That's a very interesting statistic, because if your business was related to helping the elderly, you want to get access to where they are, you know, where they are, where they're living alone. What kind of business can you set up to help these? So, you know, elderly people who are living alone. The minder, you want to know how many children are there in the country aged between this group. Okay, so, and that applies, the age category distinction thing applies to all different businesses. It's one of the ways of researching how many people you have for a market. Okay. So the next one, it also starts with a C. Number 5, they love working with their hands. So just from that one sentence, I want to see, can anyone get it? They love working with their hands. So what word that begins with C? You know, it's something to do with working with your hands. Excellent. So Shara, you got it straight away. The crafter. Okay, they're creative in nature. You might be one of those people who absolutely hates it. Every single one of these personalities has an extreme, opposite extreme. If you're a 0, you're on the other extreme. You're not creative in nature. You don't like working with your hands. Okay, the crafter, they like to design, and they make problem-solving items such as furniture or art, or items, anything that's problem solving. They like to make those types of things. Okay, so they're the crafter. So rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 10 for the crafter. So Nasiruddin, you've wrote, I'm creative, but with my thoughts. Yes, so that one's coming. Creative with your thoughts. It's not here yet. We're on 5. Creative with thoughts is coming. So this person's creative with their hands. Anyone who likes to work with their hands, generally. So builders, carpenters, you know, electricians, all the people who generally work with their hands, they come into this. So they, you know, they look at a problem, electrics, you know, wires, wood, bricks, and they just love to work with their hands, and this is where they're more closer. So okay, so yeah, so your thoughts one is coming, inshallah. Okay, wonderful. This one, number 6, they love creating systems. Okay, and what does it start with? It starts with the A. So the word starts with the A, something to do with creating systems. Let's see who can think about it. Who can think what that word could be? They have a system-based mind. Hassan, that's a good try. Architect. It's not the architect, but it's a very good try. Articulate, nice one. That's excellent, Danielle. You've got it. They're an automator. So you will come across people who are so automatic minded or system based minded. They are automators. They love, so imagine the person who created Get Response and MailChimp and all these different softwares where everything's automated. And you know, if you're not that type of person, you need that type of person in your business, so it becomes hands off. And that's it becomes passive, it becomes systemized. This is one of the purposes of this. When you know Maybe, inshallah. When you, so Tanim saying I'm one of those types of person. So when you know your personality type and you know which one you're not, that's how you can find your joint venture partner. It's an easy way to find a joint venture partner. So so alhamdulillah, me and Tanim, some of these I see in him and I don't see them in myself, and therefore it makes a chalk and cheese joint venture. Chalk and cheese means my weakness is his strength, his weakness is my strength, that type of thing. And so if you do look for a partner, then this is one of the things to look for. What is their strength, which is my weakness, and what is my strength, which is their weakness? And the personality types is an easy tool for you to use to find them. Okay, so let's see. They prevent, this is what a nice thing about them, they prevent and they preempt and preempts future problems by implementing systems today. So I was speaking to someone the other day, they were talking about having a system for something to prevent future problems, but their system was too advanced. They were making it too advanced for this time. So systems grow, policies and procedures, they grow. And so this is the thing for you to know. This is a very important point for your business at the beginning. For those of you who are starting your beginning journey, do not go and create a very, very complicated flow chart and policies and procedures. Policies and procedures are reactive. They are reactive. Even the government policies are reactive. What does that mean? So can someone tell me, what does reactive policies mean? Policies and procedures being reactive. What does that mean? And what does it mean for your business? So let's see some thoughts on that. So, because if you start a business and you try to have all the policy procedures correct and 100% everything's perfect, everything's done, you know, the market might have changed by the time you start your business. Okay, so let's see. So Hassan is saying keep waiting for things to happen and keep trying to patch them up. Okay, try, and Danielle is saying trial and error. Okay, good. So okay, so Hassan, yeah, they're waiting for something to happen and then they try to patch them up. So yeah, you're both along the right lines. So reactive basically means that when a problem comes, then the policy comes. When the problem comes, the new policy comes. And with this, you know, coronavirus, it's happening right now as they're creating new laws, new policies. You know, as the coronavirus changes from level 4 to level 3, policies change. As it goes down, policies change. Now you can do this, now you can't do that. So the laws change based on, you know, the other things which are happening. So policies are reactive, and in your business, as your business grows, just make the policies to go with it. So you don't need amazing perfect systems from the beginning. You just need to grow them or implement them as your business grows. Okay, and that's a relief. That's a relief to know this as well. Okay, so they are the automator. So the automator. There's a nice, I want to share this. I'll draw the graph with somewhere and then share it, but I'll just draw it like this. So if you imagine, every business should go like this generally. They grow, okay? So it grows, then it has a system, or it has a period of not growing. It has a period of automation. Then it grows again, and then it has a period of automation. Then it grows again, then a period of automation. So during the period of automation, of automating things and systemizing things, the business isn't growing, but you're automating things so you can step away from it, and then you can grow it again. Now, what happens? I want to ask you this question. What happens to a business that just keeps growing, that literally just keeps growing, and they don't automate? What do you think happens? So who can tell me what happens to a business that just keeps growing and growing and growing, and they never stop to pause and automate things? Yeah. I want you to think about it. So they're focusing on growth, 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 growth. They deal with, so Nasiruddin is saying, they deal with problems as they come. You become a slave to the business. Okay, good. Yeah. So they do become a slave. They definitely overwork themselves, and I think Tanim can tell me about some people he knows who've done that, overwork themselves too much. No time to innovate. Yep. So they have no time to think about systemizing the business because they're working in the business. What we want to do is work on the business, not in the business. big distinction. I'm going to say it again. We want to work on the business, not in the business. In the business means you're just doing another job. Okay, you're doing a glorified job. On the business means you're automating it, systemizing it so you can walk away from it and live the life you wanted to live. And that was the reason you started the business in the first place. So you have to work on the business, not in the business. In the business is temporary. Once it's automated, the flat period, that's when you can walk away from it. And then if you want to grow it, you grow it, but then you have to systemize it again. So Sultan is saying a competitor may step in and automate themselves and eventually go ahead. Okay, nice. Leads to disorganization. Excellent. One of the worst things it can lead to is collapse. Okay, so it can go up and up and up and suddenly go down because, the people will come in and they can't serve them. Your customers will come in, they won't have a good service and they'll leave. And they'll give bad complaints, bad reviews and all sorts of things like this. So in the end, growing too fast is generally not good for anyone. Okay, so Automator is very important. Okay, and Allah has created all of us differently for a purpose. And you can see this now, why Allah has created some of us this way and some of you the other way, so that we can actually work together. So that we can work together and we can interact with one another. And that's what Allah wants to see. It's mentioned in the Holy Quran, to see which of you is best in conduct. When we work together, Allah is seeing whose character, whose conduct is best. Because your character comes out when you deal with people. It comes out when you deal with people. So this is why your personalities are different, so that you have to go and work with someone else, because my personality, I can't do that task. His personality is perfect for it, so I'm going to work with this person. But now my character is going to be tested. Okay, so do you see there's a reason behind why Allah has given us different personalities. And when you understand that reasoning, it enables you to fulfill the purpose. So through business, you can fulfill your purpose of life as well, which is a powerful concept. Okay, so the next one, number 7, loves technology and innovation. So I'm sure you'll be able to guess this one. Okay, so it ends with a Y. So Nasiruddin, you're close. We use the word quite a lot. Hisham is saying, but when you marry someone with the same personality. Well, Hisham, not necessarily. It's two people with the same personality may match. Sometimes they may not. Marriage is a big topic, and the best type of marriages are the ones where they have the same vision. They have the same vision. Personalities might be different. Okay, so, and sometimes there is a saying, opposites attract. So people with different personalities sometimes do like one another. But one simple thing to say regarding that is, wherever Allah SWT gives flexibility, then there's a reason for it. That there's so many different variations, and in marriage there's so many different flexibility. And this is why the Holy Prophet married more than one blessed mother of the believers, because to show the different types of marriages, so that which marriage mine is similar to, I can look at that particular marriage. Which marriage another person is similar to, they can look at that particular marriage. But some things Allah SWT has given no flexibility. It's rigid. So interest and alcohol, there's no flexibility there. It's something to keep away from. So marriage, and that what people end up doing is this: where Allah has given flexibility, people give strictness, and where Allah has given strictness, people give flexibility. That's a very bad, and it's upside down. Okay, so excellent. It's the Techy. So they love technology and they have a natural interest in future and technology and innovations. They may be able to innovate enough to create new software or hardware. Now that's quite powerful because I know one of my business partners, his son is naturally interested in software development and so on. These people sometimes are very introvert. I didn't add that on, but they normally are introvert. They don't like working with people. And you find this quite often. People who like working with technology and softwares, they don't always like being around lots of people. Sometimes you have a bit of the mix, but it's quite often. So they use technology to help others and for leisure. Okay, so the Techy is the one. So this is and this is what they do. And so if you're not the techie, if you're not the one who loves technology and innovation and the latest phone, the latest gadget, the latest tools on that phone, the latest camera, the latest lighting and all these things, if you're not interested in this, then technology is not your strong point. Maybe don't start a business there. Look for a business in something you are more passionate about and more personality inclined. And if you do need the technology, find the techie. I personally have a techie. If I need anything technology wise, he's my first point of contact and I trust him. He literally gives me what I need and I don't need to look elsewhere because that trust is there. And I know that that's his field. So you want to find the different people for different fields for each of these personalities if you're not one of them. Okay, so last one, a natural leader. Okay, so I think Brother Nasiruddin, you were mentioning before about this particular person. This may be yourself. Okay, so let's see what they are. It starts with a V. They foresee the future and they pre-plan for it. Okay, so foresee doesn't mean they can fortune tell the future or anything. They're foreseeing in the sense there's a whole, you're looking at trends. So look, everyone is, with the coronavirus, everyone's teaching online, you know, the online world is going bigger. There are people out there who just sit there and think, oh, the world is a terrible place now, you know, what's going to happen, it's not going to be the same way it was before. And then there are the others who are the visionaries who embrace change. I said the word visionaries. Okay, you've said it there as well. They're the visionaries. They see the trend, they see the change and they embrace it, and they ride the wave. So they sit on the trend, on the wave, and they go with it. That example refers to a surfer. What does the surfer do? The surfer waits for the wave. As the wave comes, they build momentum, they get on top of the wave, and then they're on the wave, traveling with the wave, and they benefit from the wave. Rather than being destroyed by the wave, if they just stayed there and just complained, the wave would destroy them. They get on top of the wave and they benefit from it. So you want to be that person. And vision is very, very important when it comes to business, because the world is ever changing. And in our lifetime now, it's changing faster, more often than it ever has done in the past. So you need to be a visionary. And if you're not a visionary, you need one in your business at least. Okay, so they enable others to see the same vision and bring them on board to work towards it as one united entity. And that's why you need to be a good leader. This visionary needs to be a good leader. And if you're not the visionary, then you can be a part of someone else's vision. You can be a part of someone else's vision, but a business owner generally needs to have an element of vision in them. Most business owners have some element of visionary in them, because to take the leap that all of you have done to go from being employed to being, you know, having your own business, that requires a sense of leadership. And so you're all, in one sense, you have elements of the visionary in you. Okay, they can be inspirational, motivational speakers as well, but they're not always, it's not always the case. So now what I want us to do, hopefully you've rated all of them 0 to 10. Okay, what I want you to do is this: order the 8 personalities in highest to lowest. So I'm going to give you some time. I'll go through the 8 again whilst you're all making your notes, and hopefully you're going to share them in the comments. I want you to tell us your highest 3 from high to low. So for example, a visionary, I'm a 10, tech, I'm a 9, and crafter, I'm a 7, for example. Those are not mine, I just made them up. So I want you to tell us your highest 3 from highest to low. Once you've done that, I want you to tell us, what did you learn about yourself? Okay, what did you learn about yourself? And then how you're going to apply this in your future. Okay, so Nasiruddin, the numbers as well, please. So what was your teacher? What was the number you gave for teacher? What was the number you gave for visionary? What was the number you gave for carer? Okay, and when you see the 3 combined, it should scream a message to you. It should be telling you something. And I want you to tell me, what is it telling you? What did you learn about yourself? What's it telling you? And I'm going to leave this, there's a wonderful quote, I will share it in a second. It's here, it's at the bottom there. He or she who knows themselves, only then can they know their Lord. Yeah, the person who knows themselves, only they can know their Lord. And this is a wonderful teaching and saying, and it has so many meanings. I mean, I can go into it on different levels, the nafs related matters, the biological related matters, but what we're talking about, personality related matters, it's here as well. So the one who knows themselves, through knowing yourself, you get to know your creator, you get to know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because he's your creator. And this is a wonderful thing, that through knowing yourself, you get to do the business which is right for you, and at the same time know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more. There are many people out there who they don't know themselves, and therefore they're doing the wrong business, and then they're depressed, they're miserable, they're unhappy. And then what do? After their misery, they complain to Allah and they blame God. Whereas I want you to be these people who look at the path. I've recognized myself. I'm going to do the business which is right for me, which is in line with the personality Allah SWT has given me. Then I will constantly be happy in the businesses I do, because I'm always doing the thing which is in which I'm inclined towards. As a result, I'm so happy that I'm always thanking Allah and therefore getting closer to Him. So look at that. This shows you how this personality, knowing your personality types, can make you closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rather than further away. A business can make you closer, and for some people, business takes them away. So let's look at some of these, mashallah. Nice. Everyone's done it really fast. It's amazing. Okay, so Shara, visionary 10. Nice. Carer 9. Techy 7. So the problem I have is the carer and visionary are always in conflict. Okay, well, why is that, Shara? Tell me. Well, I don't see them in conflict. Why would you say that the carer and the visionary are in conflict? Because what's your vision and who are you caring about? So tell us in the comments. And maybe if you look at the 3 combination there, you could try and create some sort of technology or use technology to benefit the people that you want to care for, whoever they may be. And that's your vision. What is your vision? You need to create something that no one else has made before, or that is used somewhere else in the world, but not where you want to start the business. Okay, wonderful. Nasiruddin, teacher 10. Wonderful. Tell us, what would you like to teach? I'd love to know what you want to teach. Visionary 9 and carer 9. Okay, wonderful. So yours is very similar, but without the techie, you've got the teacher side. Okay, wonderful. So what is it you're caring for? I'd like to know. And also, what do you want to teach? That's wonderful. And Zubair, techie 10, vision 9, teacher 7. I mean, I build apps for others. That's pretty techie. Yeah, definitely. So that's techie. But do you enjoy it? If you definitely enjoy it, you love doing it, then yeah, a 10. And you wouldn't have gone into it if you didn't enjoy it, most likely. Vision, yeah, techie and vision goes together. And what about the teaching? Are you doing the teaching yet? Are you teaching? Because to me, it sounds like teaching people how to build apps. That is a business in itself. And maybe you could start a business, just an idea right now, teaching people how to code and how to build apps for the non-coders. So, okay, wonderful. So teach, so Nasiruddin, hopefully I don't want to miss anyone because we have got some time. I love that saying, you can tell us where it's from. So the saying, mashallah, is it's a saying which has passed for hundreds of years. It's passed down from hundreds of years, and it's a saying which awliya Allah, the friends of Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, they generally have always said. So Imam Ghazali rahmatullah would have said this, Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Jilani rahmatullah mentioned this, so many other friends of Allah mention it, because it's a common, very common principle that if you want to know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have to know yourself. In a hadith, the Holy Prophet mentioned that arrogance is to deny the truth. Arrogance is to deny the truth. So what is one of the biggest signs of denying the truth? By the way, arrogance is such a hated quality of Allah. Allah hates seeing arrogance in people, so much that He says, arrogance is my shawl, like chadar. If anyone pulls on it, I will throw them headlong in the fire. So, and arrogance is only for Allah, it's not for anyone else. So now, one of the signs of arrogance, biggest signs of arrogance, is when a they can't look at their fault, when they deny their own faults. So the Holy Prophet mentioned arrogance is to deny the truth. Denying your fault is denying the truth. So if someone says to me, you have this fault, and I say, no, I definitely don't have that fault, what are you talking about? And you're not even willing to look inside. You're not even willing to see, have I got this fault, have I not? Then you become in denial. This is a sign of arrogance, and it's very much disliked. So this saying, he who knows himself, he knows his Lord. But if you know that you have that in you, then you can come closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if you don't recognize it, you'll be very much far away, very distant. So you can see this teaching is within this hadith as well. So okay, so Hassan, so teacher 8, carer 7, crafter 7. Okay, wonderful. So yeah, carer and crafter. So you could teach people how to create something that benefits the poor, the needy, and so on. Interesting. Okay, Aditya, companion 8, teacher 7, visionary 7. Excellent. So you love working with people, being around people, and you love teaching. That's a very powerful combination, teacher and companion. And then the visionary. So to me, that sounds like an influential person who you can teach, you love being around people, and you have a vision. So a motivational speaker, you know, those three would be motivational speakers and coaches and those role models. Okay, so that's wonderful. Omar, excellent. The first one we've had who's an automator. Okay, so, and just look at how we have so many different people with different, you've been able to rate yourself straight away. Didn't require any complicated you know, filling out all these 100 questions. You can just look at the 8, rate yourself, and you know where you are, and it gives you a message. The combination gives you a message. Shamima, also Omar, 10 on Automator, Techy 9, teacher 7. Excellent. So you can turn those, the Automator and Techy go hand in hand, and the teacher, you can teach it as well. One of the people that I really like, he's called T. Harv Eker. He says that if you want to be a millionaire, you have to be a teacher. And this is amazing. I love that saying, because the one saying which I really do not like, considering I did teaching, I used to be a high school science teacher. There's this saying that those who can't teach. I don't like that saying, because it's basically saying that you couldn't do it, that's why you teach it. And that's putting people down. So, but what T. Harv Eker is saying, and he's a multi-millionaire who he wrote the book The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, which is a very transformational book. Highly recommend it. One of the only books I read. But so many people in so many industries, in the property industry and other industries, they talk about the book. And you know, he's still alive. He mentioned that if you want to be a millionaire, you need to teach, because you can transform so many people's lives. So embrace teaching, inshallah. So Shamima, 10 on the teaching, companion 9, visionary 9. Excellent. So I think those 3 combinations we've seen before. Yeah, okay, excellent. Noman, companion 10, techie 9, visionary 9. Excellent. So a lot of visionaries, and you can see that visionaries, business owners, visionaries, very, very common, you know, because if you're starting a business, it's because you've got a vision, you know. And if you don't have a vision, that's fine. It's not a problem. What did Tanim say? He's already done a session on it. You know, I mentioned this. If you don't have a vision, a passion that you really want to start, look at what's already working and use that system in a different place where there's also demand. Okay, and that's perfectly fine. You can go down that path as well. Okay, so Aftab, teacher 8, visionary 8, carer 8. Okay, wonderful, excellent, nice. Nasiruddin, coaching, mentoring, personal development, sharing business. Those are the things you want to teach. Excellent. Zubair, not doing yet, but on the list. Okay, so I think we've got just a few more, 3 more, and then I'll stop. Noman, I know tech, but I like more project management, product management side of tech. Is it on the techie point or another point from the 8 discussed? So you like project management, product management side of tech. I would say that is related to the product management and tech products. That could be the crafter. So it could be the crafter because you're using your hands to create something, but it could also be the automator. So because it's product management, so how you're managing something, and if you're managing something to make lots of it, then you know you've got to automate it. So there's a bit of the automator in there. Okay, nice. The visionary, sis Nadia, the visionary 9, teacher 9, companion 8. Excellent. So you love motivating and inspiring people to see and develop the very best of themselves. Oh, so Brother Ahmed, the book is called The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, and it's not a very, very thick book. Every time you read it, you can take a whole nother level of understanding from it as well. So, and he teaches people to be millionaires. That's what he teaches. So it's a powerful thing. And some of the workshops that he teaches has 700 people in it, and he has trained people to teach that workshop, 7 of them all around the world. One of the 7 is one of my main mentors who teaches trading. His name is Marcus Di Maria. And Hisham, did I miss yours? Okay, please post it again and I'll read it. Okay, so and just imagine 7 people teaching 1,000 people in a room, and their lives are being transformed. Can you imagine you being that one day? You know, just teaching a room of 1,000 people and everyone paying £100 to be there and getting a ton of value. And then imagine having 7 people teach it for you and you can sit back. So inshallah, to share with you, me and Tanim intend to go to that level that one day we will be teaching maybe 1,000 people in a workshop, and then licensing it for other people to teach as well. So hopefully if you're with us, you can join us on the journey. Companion 8.5, Automate 7.5, Carer and Visionary 7, excellent. So you like being around people, you like to automate things, and you like to care for people as well. So it's mashallah, it's very, I'm really happy that so many of you have been able to do that so quickly. This is the last slide I'm going to leave you with. And it's this. What you've done today is you've looked at the macro level of yourself. Okay, last time we looked at micro levels, which were to do with tasks, specific tasks of what to do, what not to do. You know, where are you on the level of passion and hate? That was a tool that you can use. Today, I've given you another tool to look at the macro personality that you have, because that's the personality you want to, your business, you need to use this personality to its advantages in your business. If you're not the other 7, or some of you have given 3 of them high, so let's say the other 5, you outsource that, you joint venture it with people, do partnership with people, or get freelancers to do it. Both together give you a holistic view of what your ideal purpose-filled business and mission can be. Okay, both of these together give you that holistic view. Okay, and your macro view of yourself and your micro view of yourself. And then this wonderful saying that he or she who knows themselves, only then can they know their Lord. When you know yourself, if you know yourself, then you can know others. You can know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is why knowing, and Gary V, who is very big right now, one of his sayings is, Tanim sent it to me, and I didn't know this was Gary V saying. Gary V saying is this, and Gary V is really big, loves social media, teaches massively on Facebook and others, and he's saying, self-awareness is the most important attribute for entrepreneurs. Look at that. I was preparing this for you today, and I didn't know this is his saying. And he says self-awareness is the most important attribute for entrepreneurs. And you might be thinking, why are we doing this? All this self-awareness. This will save you tons of time if you do this properly, because the worst thing you could do is go and start a business, spend thousands of pounds, and do loads of networking and do loads of due diligence and research, spend loads of time, and then decide, you know what, it doesn't match with my personality. If you did this right at the beginning, the macro and the micro personality types and so on, then you're on the right path straight away. There's no point going on the wrong path and then turning around, coming back, and then starting again. Start right the first time. And that's what we're here for, inshallah. Start right the first time. Hisham, you want to know my ones? Teaching is probably is a 10. Vision is a 10. Making a difference to the world, helping others. And then the other ones are definitely the carer. The carer is high for me, because I do really love helping others, and I love to see that on their faces as well, which is why I prefer face to face. And companion has to be one of my highest, because I love networking. I feed off people, being with them, teaching them, helping them, and seeing them thrive. So yeah, for me, companion, vision, and these. I'm definitely not the techie. I don't like using my hands, so I'm not the craftsman. So yeah, so no, thank you. Asad, did I copy Yunus with you? I didn't realize. Mashallah. So I'm going to let you know what the next 4 sessions from myself is going to be. In the past, I've mentioned these 3 things to manage, and Tanim correctly mentioned the 4th one, which is very important. So in my next session, it might be 1-2 sessions. We do it every fortnight. So next week will be Tanim, the week after will be myself, inshallah. What were the 3 things that I've mentioned in the past that we have to manage? 3 things that we need to manage in every business. Can anyone remember in the comments? 3 things that we must manage. Now, all the self-awareness stuff has now ended. Now it's time to start using and implementing other tools. Let's see who can remember that. Excellent. Time, cash flow, people, excellent. And who can remember? So both of you are correct. There's one more, the 4th one. Those were the original 3 that's very often mentioned. But there's one more, which only in the recent, I'd say 3 years, people have even realized it's a thing. Okay, wonderful. So the 4th one, it starts with an E. Okay, it starts with an E. So next week or in 2 weeks, inshallah, I'm going to be going through different forms of time management, and you can take away the one which works for you. And I'll likely go through 3 different methods. And time management is so important in business, because if you don't manage your time, it can overwhelm you, and you might be spending less thinking you're doing more and then giving up. So mastering time is very, very, very important. There's this nice saying that the one who becomes closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are the children of time. The children of time, the sons of time, the daughters of time, they are the ones who come close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sons of time means that time is so close to you, like it's your parent, that you benefit from it. The way that your parent, mom and dad, want to help you, you benefit from time that much. So you want to be the son of time, the daughter of time. So time. The next thing we're going to go through is cash flow. I'm going to share with you my cash flow Excel sheet, money in, money out, monthly ones, and then one-off ones. And we're going to do it as a share screen, share the Excel sheet. You can give me the numbers and I'm going to put them in. And at the end of it, you get to use that. So I'm going to practically start it with you on this session, and then you'll get to see it being used, being made, and then you'll understand how to use it yourself, and you can use that for your personal finances and for business finances. So I'm going to share that with you. That's second. And the third one is different ways of managing people, incentives versus targets, and all sorts of how to get the best out of people. So networking. The 4th one starts with E. Nobody's got it yet. And it's so important. I used this one to get those tenants today, and they actually mentioned it. What does it start with? It starts with the E. So what is it? It's a 5-letter word, really powerful. I'm using it even as I teach you now. Who can tell me? It is managing energy. Excellent, Ibrahim. Energy. So how to use energy in business, and it's so important. There's some millionaires actually say energy is everything. They say that the whole universe was created with energy. So energy is very powerful. It's such an important thing, and there's energy in business, and managing your energy is super important. When it comes to time management, the 4th level of time management is to incorporate energy as well. So alhamdulillah, on this note, we finish, and use today's session to help you find the right business for you. And if you're doing something which is not right for you, then discuss it in the Facebook group, talk to others about it, and try to bring it in line, your personality, bring it in line with your business, outsource the others, joint venture with other people who have their strengths are your weaknesses, or they're not your personality. And remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is testing your character. That's one of the reasons why He has given us different personalities, so that we need each other. I need you, you need me, and we all need each other. Therefore, we have to work together, and He wants to see who's best in good character. Okay, so, and that's the last message I leave you with. Inshallah, jazakallah, subhanaka Allahumma bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Thank you.